Hey, all this is evidence. Honestly, hey, all this is evidence for real. Hey, all this is evidence. Hey, all this is facts. All this is truth. All this really happened. A while back, there was and still is a reckless criminal, Carlos Menos Gonzalez, and he failed using turn signals. He went over 2 lanes. That proves it right there. That's the van that destroyed, wrecked my back and body for the rest of my life. The phone, the vehicle, and I had 20/20 eyesight, and that wreck right there destroyed my eyesight forever. Can add U.S. veteran. That's alcohol proven he was drinking and driving. I saw split the 1/1000th of a second. I saw a split second before the wreck, him actually texting and using the phone, and that's a fact. I wouldn't have got all this on camera and proved it and sent it out and been sending it out forever and got lawyers and went to the courts, which all failed me, all the lawyers and the courts, and that's wrong. September 27th, what they did. So I have to go, and hopefully not alone, but I have to go file appeal. This is evidence. It's a fact, it's evidence. He tried running clean from the crime that he did. There he is right there. Carlos Menos Gonzalez, criminal. That's the Hampton Road. See, that's the alcohol bottle that proves he was drinking. It's I-30 behind that way. I was going to the VA, and that's Hampton Road, and it actually goes up to Fort Worth Avenue, and you call the police. Back then, they won't go to a parking lot, and that's the way they were then. So I'm upset because it was that easy. I had it out. It was that simple. Wreck, not our fault. And you could go to that Jeff Nelson, and it would show that right there, but more clear and more. There's not any more evidence you can get than that. That's a fact. He was drunk. It really happened. I got it on tape. I got it on camera. I got it on video. And I've also got it more of the damages, and it's already been out. So you can't do what the judges did, what the system did, the lawyers. You can't say there's no evidence when that's all that is, and it's been out for years. All of this has been out. And I'm going to go ahead and go all the way back, which is really no point going back to the first videos. That's how bad the damages were. And That one thing right there proves all of the Dallas County court system. The judge is going to have to forgive me. Tobolowsky, Emily was wrong. All the lawyers with MAS law firm, Vincent, Louis, Daniel Nevi, they're all going to, I'm going to give out as many names later. But look, that was out. That's evidence 1 year ago, time date stamp. That proves there's evidence and has been evidence for years. Facts, evidence that prove, boom, criminal Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez, corrupt career criminal, and also the judge, county clerk, and the lawyers, more, all of MAS law firm, right? They're going to have to forgive me, but all terrorists, all foreigners, all of them. Shelton, last name, J, initial first, Ms. Leanne, last name, R, Robin Amy Ivy, criminal, Carrie Tate, CSR, 8010, all criminals trying to go against me for years. So they all have to, all need to, all better go to prison. Last names and names like Ken Owen of MAS, Daniel Nevi, Mehdi Vagefi, Melissa Vieira, Jasmine Solano, all criminals. Hopefully all can go to prison. You're looking at it. It's right there in front of you. That's facts. That's evidence. You can't do that to someone at all. Go ahead and put U.S. veteran in there because I am. How would you feel? What would you do, right? So there it is. That's evidence, right? And that's how many people have been wrong going back the years. All of Thompson Law, the Lion Ryan, all his people, Edwin included, you might as well put help us collect from all of Thompson Law and all of MAS, which I'm right. My heart is right. You look at him, you're going to see satanic people all over, pictures, all of MAS law firm. That's why I named the names that I did, because they have done nothing right for years. Talk about pain and suffering, you got it. Talk about damages to vehicle and losses, you got it. You talk about wages lost, you got it. You talk about time and loss of wages, you got it. ALC, maybe more than anything and everything, maybe more than everything, this is a share in the video that proves there has always been evidence. There you can see it. That's a fact. That actually happened. And you can go to that. There's me. That's my name. That's the wreck. Not our fault. 5 years ago. That's evidence. That's a fact. Y'all, people, that's a criminal right there. Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez. And also, furthermore, there's the alcohol. Proves he was driving. Proves he was and still is a criminal out there on the run. How would you feel? And as a matter of fact, had I gone to court once, that would be the right thing by my heart. And what I would say first is I'm striking the entire jury, everyone on the jury that has not been hit by a drunk driver, because that's the way it can be. And then there's a Votaire. I can explain all that later in your opening statement, where I just show that. That's the videotape. You just saw it. That's a fact. That actually happened. That's the wreck. That's a drunk. That was evidence. That was put out. That was actually loaded. Went out to the public August 18th, 2019. That's a fact. That proves that's real. There you go. That proves he failed to use turn signals. That proves he was drinking. There he went, run to go hide and throw the beer bottle away and run and hide from the scene of what he did wrong as a crazy, as a career criminal. That proves it right there. That's him. That's a fact. That's Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez. This really happened. This is all evidence. You're looking at it. You're watching it. That proves Dallas County court system wrong. And that's a fact. And that's just Progressive Insurance. And there's even more criminals involved if you want to go hard against Casey Colby from Progressive Insurance. Put him in prison too, because I never got paid 1/6 of a penny for any of this. So Progressive, all of them, I'm going to put it out there. Griffith, all the women with Progressive Insurance, they're all criminals because you're letting criminals drive. And I want all their money. That's the way it has to be. That's what anyone would say. Call Progressive Insurance. Tell them for me. All the U.S. veterans and me. Well, me, maybe more than all the U.S. veterans, right? That's right. I want all the money from Progressive Insurance. That's a criminal. You just saw him. So that's reality. Call Trisha Griffith. Tell her you want all her money because she's wrong for hiring criminals, drunken drivers. That's a fact. You're witnessing it right now. And also Todd Christopher Shelley's another criminal driver, and Damian Dwayne Hood. Maybe both those are Progressive. There he is in red. Gene picking up the bumper that wrecked and destroyed my vehicle, my head, my back and neck, and my eyesight for the rest of my life. You're watching it. That's evidence. That proves the judge wrong, Tabalowski. That proves the action on September 27th wrong. That proves the lawyers wrong for going behind my back and lying about no evidence, because it's been there the whole time. You can't do that. That's violating all my rights. Again, like I said, Shelton violated all my rights. Miserlane, lawyer law. Like I said, criminals. Ryan Thompson, criminal, and all his people in MAS law firm, all criminals, right? So there you go. That's very simple. Always kept things very simple. Always was never guilty. Always was not guilty. There you go. That proves it. Wreck, not our fault. YouTube. That's the way you would feel too if your entire life was wrecked and destroyed by a drunk, right? And that's it. You talk about and a lawyer and the people of the world can be stronger and say, yeah, I had a great career singing every night, and I played guitar every night, and I made quite a bit of money, and I've made up to $30. I've made more and I've made less, and I've made $5,000 on one guitar. So you can't do that. So that is Hampton Road, and I was going to the VA. Behind that is I-30 in Dallas, Texas. That's the Hampton Road exit, and Fort Worth Avenue is this way. And you could call the police, but they weren't going to come, because that's how hard he knocked me and screwed up my body the rest of my life and the vehicle, because he pushed me 2 lanes into oncoming traffic. So I had to get out of the way and go to the parking lot over there at the corner of Fort Worth Avenue. There's a gas station there, and there is an intersection, and I'm never gonna get relief. I'm never gonna be able to perform as I did that good and great before that. And I've been on TV, and that's another fact, right? That's how good I was. I was on TV 7 times. I graduated the Art Institute of Dallas for music video business. I got an honorable discharge from the United States service. U.S. Army, honorable discharge, and I paid all of my college loan from the Art Institute of Dallas, and I performed for a lot of people, and that's a time date stamp. That's a fact. That's all evidence to go against all the criminals